5.2. So on that point, I just started running away from home, right? And because nobody would fucking believe me. And during this running away from home, I ran away with my friend Jennifer, and we ran away with these two boys who were a little older and had a motorcycle, each of them, and that's where I got my first motorcycle wreck. Some fucking asshole ran a red light. We fucking hit him. No helmet, no nothing. Got thrown off the bike, 100 some odd feet. Pretty sure it broke ribs. You know, we did not go to the hospital because, you know, I was running away from home. We were over in Stanford. So these boys get a hotel room, you know, and I dislocated my pinky. It was fucking straight sideways from landing on it. And the boys puts it back in. And so we're in the hotel room. I'm just thinking we're going to hang out because I'm fucking 14. I'm just trying to escape this trauma, this bullshit, and this obviously now shitty fucking life. A world where everything's about my baby sister because it's his kid and not me anymore. I'm just some fucking lying ass liar. You know, can't do nothing right. I fucked up. You told me how many times I was like, fuck up. I mean, like draconian. You know, if you're around you for a day, for every minute you're late, but wouldn't buy me a watch. You know, and then we'd be like, we'll be back before the lights turn on. And you'd be like, what time do the lights turn on? Who the fuck knows, right? So you're trying to head home and the lights turn on. Bam, now you're grounded. So you might as well just keep staying out later. What the fuck, right? So I spent most of my life grounded, pissed off, fucking aggravated, and just said fuck it by 14 and left. You know? So I guess the laws were a little bit different back then because he had the cops looking for me. And we were in this hotel room, and these boys they want to fuck. You know, I don't want to fuck. My friend wants to please the boys, and I guess I'm guessing from my adult experiences now that maybe that was some shit going on with her family. Somebody was doing some shit they shouldn't have brought her to that level of maturity, but I didn't want to, and I didn't. You know, and super duper fucking pissy, and he was pissed off, the kid was, so he goes to leave or whatever. And so me and my friend, we were like, fuck this, we go to walk home, you know. We're like, or we left, yeah, that's what it was. They were like, you're gonna do it or whatever, and we're like, fuck it, we left. So we go to leave, and we're walking down the road, a post road, and you know, the cops arrest us or whatever, and delinquents. I go to juvenile hall, I guess, for being a runaway. So I exit in juvenile hall, go back home the next day because I was only there for like a day. And I tell my mom, like, what had happened. Like, we got in this accident, you know, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't doing drugs or anything. I hadn't really had anything to do. I smoked a little pot. I didn't even smoke cigarettes back then. She was like my ribs are fucking killing me to breathe. I think I should go to the hospital and get looked at. She's like, no, that's what you get. Years later, I got x-ray for a totally unrelated thing. I had a healed fucking fractures in 3 of my ribs. I hate my family sometimes. So, onward. Around this time, I need a 21-year-old. Now, he didn't tell me he's 21. He told me that he was 60. Called himself Angel D'Acostare. He had long curly hair, kind of looked like Jim Morrison, cute little mustache, you know. I was living down the street on High Street. One thing I say for my stepdad, though, he could see a pile of shit a mile away. He was not wrong with his asshole. What the fuck did I know? I was a kid. So we started dating. He's still alive. He might watch this video one day. And let me know that he groomed me. So I never told anybody about that rape. I didn't even realize I had been raped. You know, thought I had been asking for it. I had asked for the alcohol. I did not fight. You know, I did try to tell somebody. I didn't push the issue. You know, so it wasn't until much, much, much later in life that I realized it. Like I was 19. And when I realized I'd been raped. And that was a fun time. As that asshole pulled his little stupid convertible Mustang up to a bar and parked right in front of the bar. I just happened to be living above with my boyfriend, Brett Gray. And, well, Brett didn't turn out to be Captain Amazing. My dog's making a funny noise. He did end up being amazing on this day because I told him what had happened. He's the only person I'd ever told. Only. Until really recently. And he says, that's that asshole? I said, yeah, that's that asshole. He says, I got you. He went downstairs Made sure some other people chatted him up, kept that guy fucking busy in the bar. He poured sugar in his gas tank. He fucking took a shit in a bucket, dumped it in the fucking inside of his convertible, took all his fucking rotten trash, jumped out the window in the car. All kinds of crazy shit. And I don't know what happened to him, but that felt good. Me and Brett moved to California a few years later. Not even a year, a few months later. Never saw asshole again. Hope he died of AIDS or some shit. Hope his herpes dick fell off. I don't know. Hope something happened to that guy. Not Brett. Back to 14, so, you know, I just one of those, he's trying to pressure me. And I still really wasn't ready for sex. I had been raped by this fucking guy. I was not really ready for sex. And in between, I had dated another boy who I did have sex with. He's one I consider my first, Tommy Roper. I liked him very much, but I was 14, confused, dealing with all the problems at home, and I just didn't know how to talk about my feelings. Because every time you talked about it, I just got called a fucking liar. So there's no talking about my fucking feelings to anybody. And so I understand. When I call men out on toxic masculinity, I fucking understand it. Because I grew up in that environment, and I have toxic feminine masculinity, or whatever, okay? From being a tomboy to finding I'm a girl only for unwanted male attention and being pushed into teenagehood and maturity by my friend, you know, and all the things that were going on. I just was not a fucking happy individual with fucking life. This is where I started having depression. This is where my grades started dropping. This is where I just really started just smoking more and more pot. I didn't really do anything else. I just smoked pot, but Angel was no help. It turned out was from a fucking shitty family. His mom was a druggie. He had been gone from one foster home to another during this time. At this point, he had settled with one family and been there, so like 16 or 17, but I didn't know his age. You know, he didn't tell me he was 21 until later. Like 7 or 8 months after we'd been dating. I was almost 15. And then I was running away from home pretty much all the fucking time. And I wanted to go stay with my grandma, but, you know, I was broken at that point. So I'm broke, you know, and I went to stay at her house, but I didn't want to be in, you know, this place anywhere. And I started running away all the time. I started getting arrested all the time. I got fucking put in juvie hall. Some boy touched me inappropriately. I fucked him up. You know, I was like 93 pounds that I could fight, you know, and I fucked him up. So they put me in lockdown. And then they put me in the mental hospital, and that's where Angel pretended to be a fucking lawyer. Borrowed his stepdad, his adopted dad, who was an architect. Really cool guy. Borrowed like one of his fancy suits and briefcases, and yeah, I'm here to see my client. Slicked his long hair back, you know, looked older, did a 5 o'clock show or whatever. And so they let me actually sit down and see him, and we were going to make a whole breakout. He's going to come in with some papers, be like, right, my client, blah, blah, blah. It was an unsecure area, you know. I was going to sneak out, but I didn't get a chance because some boy in that place snuck into my room and grabbed my shit, like tried to have sex with me while I was asleep, so I fucking beat him down. So they put me back in a juvenile hall. Eventually, I got back and forth. I broke out of juvenile hall, ran away from there. They just decided they couldn't keep me. So they sent me to swimming. Well, they stood me first in front of a judge, did an IQ test. Like, you're really smart. Why do you keep acting like this? And I'm like, fuck you all. I'm now an anarchist. And never did feel like I fit in anywhere because of all that. Then fuck you. So I sent me this place in Maine called Elan. Now, probably not going to do any more videos today because I got a lot of shit to process, including I just found out I had a brother. Well, I knew I had a brother, but never met him, and I just found out he died. I knew he died, but like I didn't know if it was really my brother, and now I know. Like, so I got some shit I want to think about. But while we're gone, I want you to look up Elan, Elan, in Poland Spring, Maine. There's a bunch of videos, and if you ever want to know why I'm fucked up, now you know. Enjoy part 5. I'll do some more later.